If you've ever taken a creative writing course or an English course or really anything to that effect, there's a high probability that you have heard the phrase that you need to show and not tell. Yeah, it's like top 3 on the list of writing advice that gets passed around. This advice is actually wrong though. Hearing it would lead you to believe that showing is always preferable to telling, and that's just not the case. So yeah, feel free to disregard your high school English teacher who drilled this into your head. How's it going, guys? It's Pat, your friendly internet wordsmith, and for today's video I'm going to be breaking down showing versus telling. And also make sure you stick around to the end of the video. I have a huge, and by huge I mean monumental, announcement to make, so make sure you stick around to the end. So let's first break down the terminology so we have a baseline understanding of what we're talking about here. When it comes to showing and telling, these are basically methods writers use to get information across to the reader. They're pretty much doing the same thing, but they go about it in 2 totally different ways. When it comes to telling, this is the writer just overtly giving the reader information. There's no hidden message, there's no deeper meaning. What's on the page is on the page, verbatim for the reader to absorb. Showing, on the other hand, is the complete opposite. This is where the writer presents, characters, people, events, situations, whatever it is. This is where the writer presents those things and the readers then absorb the information on kind of like a second-hand nature. They aren't spoon-fed the details. For example, and I'm going to, read my example sentence off my script verbatim, forgive me for that. Telling would be to write something like, Jill had been hunting all her life. Over the years, she had gotten good at it, but of course she had no choice if her family was to survive. Now, from these 2 sentences, you get tons of information. You learn that Jill is a hunter. She's been doing it for a very long time. And, this is how she provides for her family. A lot of information densely packed into 2 short sentences. Conversely, you can show this by, writing Jill hunting. You can have a scene where Jill is out and yeah, she's hunting. She has her bow. She has all her hunting equipment. And she hears a deer off in the distance, just a faint sound. She looks over, she sees the deer, makes a clean shot that is like hard to make from the distance and trees in the way. I don't know. And yeah, brings the deer home, skins it, cooks the meat to feed the family, goes out and sell the pelts later, and yeah, something to that effect. The point here I want to stress in the second example is that, yeah, at no point do you tell the readers that Jill is a skilled hunter. They are instead, led to believe this based on everything they've read. So in other words, yeah, they're not overtly told that Jill is a skilled hunter. They see that she's a hunter based on her actions. 9 times out of 10, showing is the preferable way to go. However, what a lot of people neglect or forget to mention is that 1 out of 10 times where, yeah, you'd rather tell than show. And so allow me to break down when you should show and when you should tell, starting with showing. First, when it comes to showing, you always want to, show information that is of high emotional value. This is basically whenever you're relaying information and you want your readers to resonate with it, now's the time to show. For this, I'm talking about character personality traits, strengths, weaknesses, their beliefs, the relationships to other characters, and other juicy stuff like that. Basically, if it's important and integral for your reader to understand that character, you want to show and not tell. And yeah, I know this sounds like a lot, and it is, but you also have to remember that this is 9 out of the 10 times that you're going to be doing this, so it should be a lot. For the other 10% of the time, you want to be telling, and this is basically used for like physical descriptions, recalling information that the reader should already know, and setting the scene, and other things like that. Basically, whenever you need to quickly inform the readers or characters in the story of something, you're going to want to tell rather than show. Now here's the secret sauce, my tip on how to navigate showing and telling on expert mode. When it comes to telling, you should try to use this as an opportunity to foreshadow future events to come. If you don't know what foreshadowing is, it's basically when you leave little breadcrumbs about things that are going to be later revealed into your book, like major events that are going to happen, more towards the end, but you leave little breadcrumbs leading up to it. If you need further explanation on foreshadowing, or would like some assistance on how to foreshadow, I'll go ahead and leave a link to my video on the topic down below, and I'll also set the little card thingy. I don't know which side it's going to be on, but yeah, I'll set the card thingy to take you there. So yeah, if you need that help, go check out my other video on the subject. Now, telling is a necessary evil to telling a story, like paying taxes or eating your vegetables. Sometimes you just have to quickly and efficiently get information to the reader. It can't be avoided. However, when that mundane information later turns out to be critically important, well, now you've basically melted cheese on that broccoli. There are two caveats to this though. For one, you really don't want to use this trick too often, nor should you want to. Sometimes it's just best to get that information quickly to the reader and move on. Sometimes, yeah, just let the telling be the telling. Do it, move on, done. And yeah, no matter how miraculous a trick is, eventually it gets played out if you use it too many times. So yeah. And second, there is a fine line between telling some foreshadowing information and beating your reader over the head with it. For this, you want to be subtle and quick about it. You want to linger on the information long enough for the reader to feel like there's something more there, but not long enough for them to either figure it out or be sucked out of the moment entirely. And that's gonna do it for this video, guys. But before I go, here's the announcement. As you may or may not know, I'm a writer myself, and I have been working on my debut novel titled Anasia Chronicles: The Blighted Flame. It's an adult fantasy novel all about a mage named Virgil who is hunting down the witch who murdered his family. Unfortunately for him, his best shot at tasting that sweet, sweet vengeance is to basically sign his freedom away and join a military organization that, historically speaking, his family hasn't really seen eye to eye with. It's really kind of an ends justifies the means kind of situation. But of course, any club worth joining isn't really just gonna let you in, right? So in order for him to join this organization, he has to survive this deadly exam that's designed to just completely wreck people's shit and see who's not broken by the end of it. Sounds like fun, right? Anywho, I previously stated here on the channel that, I'm going to be publishing my book in the fall. However, I may have overestimated how long it would take to get like all the business pre-publication stuff worked out. Yeah, I may have overestimated how long that's going to take, and by maybe I really mean definitely. I overshot this by a lot. In my defense, I just want to say that, yeah, while doing research on self-publishing and all that stuff, I read quite a few horror stories that led me to believe I need to give myself as big a window as I can prior to publication, just to be able to fix errors that show up. If I get proof, things can go awry, and it's better to have that big window to fix things rather than having to push back the release date. So yeah, I gave myself a big window to do it. But yeah, things have been running actually pretty smoothly for me, and I don't know, I guess I'm just lucky in that regard. But yeah, good news is that rather than publishing in the fall like I originally planned to, I'm actually going to be able to do it this summer. So I'm proud to announce that on July 16th, my book is going to be released into the world. It feels awesome to say that. But wait, there's more. If you would like more information on the book, you can head over to my website, link down in the description below. And there you can get all the information you need, but more importantly, you can read the first 3 chapters of my book for free, no fooling. So definitely go check that out. But wait, still not done yet. If you would like to pre-order the ebook version of my book, you can do so via the link in the description below. If you do decide to pre-order, then you should also, I highly recommend also filling out the form in the description as well, because that will get you entered into my pre-sale giveaway. And this is going to be a contest I'm running. There are going to be a plethora of prizes to deal out, and I have it on good authority that they are going to be swaggy. And finally, and for this one, I'm gonna need the drum roll. Yep, here's the cover for the book. Not gonna lie, it feels really good to be able to say that. I went with Demonza for the cover design, and I gotta say, they knocked it out of the park. 10 out of 10, would recommend. The cover, it looks great. I love it. It feels really good right now. And there you have it, all my big announcements. I hope they lived up to the hype, because they feel like it for me at least. You can expect more announcements and information to be coming out as we get closer to publication and whatnot. But for now, that's all I got. We'll catch you guys in the next video.
Thanks for kicking it with us. If you had a good time, go ahead and slap that like button. And if you're new, consider subscribing, because we do this every week. Of course, you're going to want to hit that bell too so you never miss an upload. Have an awesome day, achieve something great, and we'll catch you later.